Is there any chance that we're going to hear from someone from, are you the only one who was interviewed?
Yes, I was.
Is there any chance that we're going to hear that it's not our problem, it's on the subdivision?
I will tell you very much what we talked about before. This is an issue that is, in fact, this is, from what we've been able to tell, it is private property. It is not an issue, it is not an MSD issue in the sense that we raise funds for this service. What we are responsible for in this part of the county is we maintain the actual infrastructure. That's the bricks, the mortar, the steel. We don't have responsibility for the creeks. We don't raise funds for the creeks. That's not the service level we provide here. What we can tell in the indentures and the way we interpreted them is that the creek is in the easement, which is possession of the subdivision, which makes it private property.
So why do y'all say it's y'all's problem then? Why wouldn't y'all say, you know what, it's our problem. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to spend time with you.
You know, the reality is MSD is in the best position to deal with it. We have a charter that says we're responsible for wastewater treatment and stormwater drainage. Us saying it's not our problem doesn't solve it. So what we're trying to do is find a service level that the ratepayers are willing to pay for, and do the very best job we can to resolve some of this. Some of this is in the way we have things permitted now. We permit subdivisions now. Some of this is in the way we set standards now. Some of this is going back and addressing issues. Some of them are environmental, some of them are stormwater related. You know, what Lance just said is true. We have a certain funding level, and we try and provide our best service for that funding level. That's not to say, though, that the community may want us to have a different service level and do a different job. We're willing to do that. The one thing I've told our staff is that the one thing we can't do, we've never been successful at doing, is promising people something and not having a revenue stream to actually do it. So that's why we crafted a rate proposal that was aimed at doing it.
You know, when I talked to Peggy, I was very clear with her in terms of this gets solved by MSD developing a mechanism. And it has taken us a long time to develop that mechanism. That is true. And that's what we're working towards. That's what we're working to do.
It's possible that just for the sensationalism aspect of the media, that's what sells in the 2.5-minute story, that we could just hear, this doesn't belong to us, you know, this is private property, and that could be it. So if we hear that,
well, they want to do it during rating sweeps too. I mean,
I explained to Peggy almost verbatim what I explained to you, but the caveat to that I also explained to her was we are in the best position to address this. We are the closest agency to this. We are the ones in the best position. We are the ones who are to develop the mechanism. That's what we're doing. So, as Jeff said earlier, it is our problem. We are going to stay with you through this and work you through this, and we're going to explore all of the options. But when you look at the history of it, that is the history of that's how this has come to being. It is a convoluted issue. Stormwater force is a convoluted issue, but this is a we issue. And I will tell you right now, I never did insinuate to Peggy or tell her that, oh, they're off on their own, we're going to do it. My focus is we're working with them, we're continuing working with them. These are some of the realities. One reality Clay brought up earlier was what happens if the subdivision doesn't, or the subdistrict doesn't do nothing else. That's where I said, I don't know. You know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's not the approach we're taking. We're taking the approach, we're going to work this. We've got a proposal, we believe it's sound, we believe it's got a good chance. We're going to keep working for that proposal so we can get that mechanism in place and do something here.
You know, there are lots of homeowners like you with different kinds of issues. There's a Mrs. Lanius in South St. Louis County that I talk to every once in a while. And all of her drainage goes to a sinkhole. And sometimes that thing works and sometimes it doesn't. Her backyard fills up with water, and she doesn't have water in her home, but it's a mess. And it's because a developer quite a while ago decided all the stormwater in that area needed to go to a sinkhole. We're not going to abandon her either. I mean, that's why we crafted the thing, the proposal we crafted. So.
Yeah. No, it sounds like you're doing everything you can. I just.
Well,
3 years from.
MSD is always doing everything it can. But
well, no.
Do what we can to make this.
Right. Right. I'm still trying mentally to get past the point that, if you understand, just to make it real to everybody, that you can come out of my backyard and look again, but, you know, in 3 years, you know, it's going to be right at the back of my new, smaller porch that's about 15 feet from my back door, and it'll be like right about there. And then if nothing comes through, you know, then what happens? You know what I'm saying? If nothing comes through, then, I mean, no one bought my house this year, and no one's going to buy it 3 years from now, you know. And you know, and then what happens when it's on? Yeah, what happens when they make me leave the house? Yeah, and so how many years do I have before that? I know you don't have all the answers.
This is the case where we focus on the positive and get that mechanism.
That's it, right, because I don't see any other way to go.